Hey guys, welcome back to the Magic Box. This session we're going to review a little bit what we did. If you remember back to the last session, we played with the potentiometer. We learned that the potentiometer controls voltage, and we use the voltage to display different things on the computer screen. We're going to go the next step. We're going to take what we learned and we're going to add a LED to our project so we can control the LED with the dial. And then we're going to see if we can use the dial to actually control the opening and closing of our box. If we get through that things, we're going to be on great pace. And then after that, we just got one more thing. All right, let's get started. All right, here we go. I got my marker here because I need to draw a circuit. I've got an LED and I've got a resistor. Okay, so this is what we have to do. We need to figure out how we're going to wire this thing to our noggin, which is right over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to move this to the side. All right, now let's think back. So for our noggin, I'm going to go ahead and draw noggin. Okay, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to see if there is a pin here that is currently not used. Okay, pin number 7 is currently open. So see right there? So I'm going to use pin number 7. 7. And then with the LED, we always need a resistor. The resistor to make sure everything's okay, to reduce the electricity going through. And then our LED is like this, plus and a minus. Minus is always this side. And just so we remember, so we're clear, one leg is longer than the other. The long one's plus, okay? Long is plus, minus is the short one. And the minus will always go to G and D. Okay, and that's all we have to do. So what's going to happen here is later, after we connect it, pin 7 is going to have a voltage there. And if we turn it high, if pin 7 is high, electricity will flow from here through the resistor, through the LED, and then it goes like that through it, the LED will turn on. If 7 is low, so basically you put 0 voltage on pin 7, then there's not going to be any power and it's not going to turn on. Okay, but we'll experiment with that once we start coding. So let's go ahead and wire this guy up. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. Okay, so find pin 7. I'm going to take a blue wire and put it into pin number 7. Right there. Now 7 has to go to the resistor, which is right here. So we got to put this and this in the same row. So let's get our breadboard. And I'm going to go down here to give myself more room. So that row down there. Let's go ahead and put this on the same row. That's good. And then this is now going to go to another row. So I can go across. So this is not connected to this. Now where does this connect? Going off our schematic, this connects to the plus of the light. The plus of the light. So we take our LED, the plus is the long leg. So the long leg goes on this same row here that we just made, this new row. And then while I'm at it, the short leg is going to be connected to G and D later. But for now, let's just put the short leg onto a brand new row. So long leg to this resistor row, short leg to a brand new row. You know what? I'm going to move this so it's more clear. There. Now I can just put this like this. Okay, and I'll move it down so you can bend it a little bit. This is the long leg right here, connected here. The short leg right here is on a row, brand new row. Now the short leg needs to go to G and D. Let's take a black wire here. Short leg, which is on that row, to the black wire, and then this needs to go to G and D over here. Now there's a G and D right here. Okay, so I could put it there, or if I'm smart about it, this breadboard, there's already a G and D row. Actually, there's probably a few of them. Now here's the trick. I always use black for G and D, so this is connected to G and D. This one's connected to G and D. So I can just look and say, well, where's the black wire row? Well, it's right over here. So that's all G and D. So let's go ahead and take this and put it in the same row, which is going to be right here. Boom. Okay, I'll move those wires a little bit. See, all my black wires here, they're all in the G and D row. And just to make sure, look at this wire. This goes over here to the noggin, and then look on the noggin, this black wire is in fact G and D. Okay, so we're all set up. We're ready to start testing this LED. And then after we get to turn off and on, we'll see if we can control it using this dial. All right, let's try it out. Okay, so I have all my stuff set up here. Here's my noggin and my USB cables plugged in right here. I have my board set to nano and old bootloader, and the port COM3 is good for me. I'm going to do an upload here just to make sure that everything is working. All right, done uploading. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick review from last time. We connected the pin 2, or the middle pin of the potentiometer, to A2. So let's go ahead and print that to the screen. Just make sure that's working. So I'm going to go to pins, and then not digital but analog. And let's change this to 2. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we need to print, so communication, and we want this one, serial print. Now remember, this doesn't fit there, it doesn't fit, so we need the glue. The glue is right here, this one. Okay, and now it can fit. Okay, I'm going to change the message to voltage equals. So it's going to say voltage equal and then whatever A2 is. So I'm going to upload. Now nothing's going to happen. If you remember, we got to click serial monitor. So I'm going to click serial monitor. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the dial. And see, it's changing up to 1023. All the way down to 0. Cool. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get my light to turn on. If you remember, I connected the light to pin number 7. So I'm going to leave this here for now, this serial print thing, so we can always see what's on A2. Let's go pins. Now we need set digital pin, and then the number is 7 because we connected it to pin number 7. Alright, let's upload. I set it to high, so it should just turn on. Let's see. Come on, light. I have no idea what color it is. We'll see. Blue. Okay, I have a blue light. It is on. Your light might be a different color. As long as the light turns on, we're good. If it didn't turn on, double check your wires. Make sure G&D is connected correctly. You're connected to G&D row. And then also, sometimes you get your legs flipped. Remember, the short leg needs to be is the minus, and the long leg is plus. So double check that if it's not working. All right, so I turned it on. Then let's also turn it off. just to make sure that's working. So if I upload this, it should turn off. Okay, it's off. Okay, now let's just do a quick little exercise. Let's make this guy blink. I'm gonna go low, then I'm gonna put a little delay. I'm gonna delay for 1000. Then I'm gonna do another set digital pin, number 7, and then I'm gonna turn it on, which is high, and then I'm gonna do a delay. So what's gonna, oh, let's get it in there. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna turn it off, keep it off for 1000 milliseconds, which is 1 second. Then it's gonna turn it on for 1000 milliseconds and then loop. So it should go like on 1 second, off 1 second. Sorry, let me do it so it matches the blocks. Off 1 second, on 1 second, off 1 second, on 1 second. Okay? And while that's going, it's just going to keep printing A2 as well. Let's make sure that works. Okay, let's get our serial monitor. Okay, on, off, on, off, on. Okay, cool. So that's working. We got this thing to blink. We know that works. Let's change this to, let's make it blink faster. Let's put 100 milliseconds instead. So it's going to go off 100 milliseconds, on 100 milliseconds. So it should be faster now. I'm going to upload. Abracadabra, go. Faster light. Okay, so this is easy stuff. We got our light to blink. Now let's control the light and the potentiometers, or potentiometer. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Let's do this. If voltage is less than 500, turn it off. If it's greater than 500, turn it on. Let's do that. So I'm going to move that to the side. I need my trusty if thing. I'm going to go if else, okay? And I'm going to go, I need a test. And I want to go less than. Okay. Now I want to say if analog pin 2 is less than 500. So in here I need to put analog pin 2. I can actually take one here. I'm going to right click and clone this guy. Okay. So I'm saying if analog pin 2 is less than, I said 500, right? So let's put 500 here. I got to go here. Take the 1. Don't worry. We're going to change it. Stick it in. Click on it. 500. Okay. If analog pin 2 is less than 500, we don't need this delay. Let's turn it on. Let's get rid of this. Else, let's turn it off. Just so we're all clear, if analog 2 is less than 500, then turn it on. Else, meaning that it's not less than 500, turn it off. All right, let's do this. Upload. All right, let's turn on our serial monitor so we can see what's going on here. Okay, right now, oh, it's on because it says voltage is 0 right now. Is 0 less than 500? It is. So it should be on. Okay, so let me change this. Okay, 128 still on. All right, once I hit 500, it should turn off. Let's see. Almost. 500, almost. Ooh, look, it's like right there on the cusp. Let's go 500. Boom. It's off. And if I go less than 500, turn it back the other way, it's on. And I go in between, boom. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay. So now if I wanted to go a little extra step, let's say, hey, I want to go a little more complicated. I want it to be Like when it's less than 500, I want it to blink slowly. If it's greater than 500, I want it to blink fast. How are we going to do that? So greater than 500, is it this area or this area? Well, this area is less than 500. So if it's less than 500, do whatever's here. So it can't be this one, it has to be here. So greater than 500, I want it to blink fast. So how am I going to do that? I have a low. Let's put a delay. And then watch this. I'm going to right click and oop, no. I'm going to right click and clone. So I get those two. So I'm going to go low, weight, high, weight. Now here I want it to blink fast. Remember 1000 makes it kind of slow, so I'm going to make it 100 and 100. Okay? Now over here, if it's less than 500, I want it slow. So I'm going to do a little shortcut. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to take this code, which makes it blink. I'm going to right click, clone, and I'm going to take this whole thing. I'm going to take this whole thing and put it here. All right. Now slow blink, I don't need 100, 100. I want 1000. 1000. All right. Okay, so if it's less than 500, it's going to do this code. Else, if it's greater than 500, it's going to do this code. Should work. Let's upload. I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this. Let's put my serial monitor so I can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so right now it's blinking slow because it says voltage is 419, which is less than 500. Can you notice how like it updates really slow now? Before it used to be like do like kept saying voltage really fast. The reason is because we have over here like all these delays. It's like slowing it down. Okay. So let's go. So it's still less than 500, so it's blinking slowly. I'm gonna just crank it up so it goes over 500. I'm gonna crank it up. And it's good. Check it out. Over 500. We're blinking fast. And let's bring it back down. Less than 500. It should go slow again. See, it's 435. It's slow again. Okay, so it's totally working. So we're good. So we have our light going. We got it to turn on and turn off based on the dial. We even got it to blink fast and blink slowly based on the dial. All right, now let's go to the next step. I want to make it so that when I turn the dial, so if it's less than 500, not only do I want it to blink slowly when it's less than 500, I also want it to close the box. Okay, so how do I do this? Remember, we have, go to pins, the servo. Remember the servo? The servo in there? Okay, so I'm going to get a servo block. And which block, which area is it again that executes when it's less than 500? It is right here, right? So I'm going to put this into here. Okay. I think it's pin 9, my servo. We'll see if it doesn't work. But then it doesn't work. All right, so if it's less than 500, I want to blink slowly, and I also want to close the box. So I don't remember, for me, angle 0 I think was to close, or was angle 90? I don't know. Let's put this. Let's see if this works. I'm going to put angle 0 to see if it will like close. Okay, heard something. So right now, I'm going to get my serial monitor open. Right now it's less than 500, and it says 0. So I'm going to open this. Okay, so if you look at it, it looks like it's closed position. So I guess what I should do is make it open first, and then we'll test the close, right? Okay, so let's say if it's, okay, so right now I have it, if it's less than 500, I want it to close, angle 0. Else, I want it to open. So I need to put a servo down here to open. So I'm going to go pins, servo. Okay, so this is still the same area. I want to, I think it's 90. 90 should open it. Let's try. Okay, let's try this. Okay, right now it says my voltage is 379. So if I bring it, if I change the dial and go greater than 500, oh wait, I'm turning the wrong way. Okay, I need to go the other way. Oh, it worked. So greater than 5, now if I turn it back, less than 500, it should close. Dude, okay, hold on, I'm gonna, all right, I kind of changed the camera angle so that we can see this better. So right now, it's less than 500. Let's go more than 500 again. All right, so that's more than 500. And let's turn it down. Let's go less than 500. Oh. So I turn it. And then turn it down. It closes. Okay, so check it out. My dial now controls the box. Open. Another way. All right, well, good job. We were able to program our LED to turn off and on using our dial, and then we're also able to control our box using our dial. So we're almost done. The last step will be our next session, which is we're going to add a switch so that we can do different things. We can put our robot box into different modes. So I'll talk about what that means the next time we meet. Until then, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.